Hi guys, my name is Reba Greer and I just finished up my 16-week internship at Valley Hospital today, like 2 hours ago. I studied family and human development and my minor was recreation therapy. So it was a bit of a different path actually for me going through with this internship. I actually started pre-nursing, then changed to rec therapy as my major, and then changed it to my minor and made family and human development my major. My end goal is child life, but I decided to get dual certified because there's more opportunities when you're dual certified, and I truly believe that rec therapy is child life, so might just be my opinion. So when it comes to CFEs, I actually have a bit of a different experience because my minor is rec therapy. I didn't have any CFEs that were required, but I did have different opportunities that I was going to do actually the summer before, or I guess the summer of COVID, so of 2020. I had a lot of different camps, like Camp Rainbow. I was going to start volunteering at PCH, just other things that were relevant to my interests that I was planning on doing but didn't actually get to do. So I'm hoping I'm able to do those eventually. But yeah, I would say the best way to secure those CFEs is using ASU as a resource, and other networking sites like LinkedIn or Facebook. There's always opportunities that are posted on the campus as well, so just looking into those, and just keeping your eye out wherever you can. So originally for my internship, I wanted to work with kids or families. I was pretty open to going out of state, in state, kind of whatever was available. Going for a certification wasn't always my plan, so this was kind of a last minute hurrah that I decided to go for the certification. But yeah, I was looking at the city of Scottsdale. They weren't taking any interns. I was applying to camps, hospitals, even talked to the ALS Association, the Arizona chapter, to see if I could do something with families and programming there. But those did not work out. So when I eventually was looking at the city of Scottsdale, they told me they weren't taking any interns, but they referred me to Valley and to my internship supervisor. Her name is Penny. So I called Penny and talked to her for a little bit, and she basically told me that all of her interns had no experience in psych and they all loved it and they all got hired, and that was a pretty good reason for me to sign up for it. So I eventually interviewed and got the internship with Valley, which is a psychiatric hospital. It has inpatient, outpatient. The population is kind of a mix of everything, mostly dealing with mental health, chemical dependency, and we also have a unit. It's called Freedom Care. It's for active duty or veterans. So I got a really good experience with just a plethora of population. I think the coursework that made me the most prepared for this internship was PRM 400 and 406, just creating that WPO and practicing interventions and protocols. I had no experience prior to that class doing that, so I think that was already something that built my confidence when I did get the internship and when I started doing my own groups with the patients. Although I did it, PRM 400, I did during COVID, so it was actually not in the community, but just with my classmates. which was still really helpful to just get that experience and learning little things like introducing yourself at the beginning, making sure everyone understands the group, if they need to ask any questions, introducing them to each other, little things like that, I think prepared me the most. The main way I developed competencies and learned everything that I could was by doing it myself. For the first couple of weeks, I was kind of shadowing my supervisor or the other therapist. They were kind of like my mentors in that situation. So they kind of showed me how everything was run when it came to the protocols or assessments, intervention, them showing me how to do things for the first couple of weeks. And then I was quickly independent. I'm a fast learner, so I was able to pick up on everything and continue to do it on my own for the following weeks of the internship until now. Yeah. And also, especially for the main domains of the knowledge areas, if you even look at my task and my task sheet, you can see that most of them I do daily, whether that's like assessments or within a protocol, within a group, just constantly practicing all of those domains made me feel really confident in those areas. This internship contributed to my professional growth in a lot of different ways. The first one, I think, is actually having a 9 to 5:30 job. That was something new for me. I've worked full-time before, but not as a 9 to 5, so that was a fun new experience. And I think just knowing that I want to be in a clinical setting, it just kind of like solidified that for me. So it kind of showed me what direction I want to go and what I continue to do or what I want to do. It also made me extremely comfortable with patients. Just learning different ways to interact with them and build rapport, I think, is important no matter what environment you're in. And this is probably the best way or the best place to do that because you get kind of both sides of each patient. You know, maybe they walk in and they're detoxing and they're very angry and mean, but then after a couple days, they're really excited to dive into their treatment plan and reach goals that they have set. Also made different connections throughout the hospital, being exposed to different positions, a part of the treatment team. So constantly, I think on like a daily basis, I'd see the psychiatrist, a medical doctor, nurses, BHTs, social workers. So I kind of got to see everyone at one time, which was awesome exposure. And Valley also has great resources. So they are part of UHS, so seeing all those different hospitals everywhere and the different things that they do, as well as the resources just within our department that we have, being able to have almost no budget essentially and working with whatever we can or whatever we have. Any idea that I had, I was able to carry out efficiently and quickly because of those resources as well as that support. So I think overall it just showed me in what direction I'd like to go, what kind of environment or community I want, and what that could look like for me in the future. My main advice for future therapeutic recreation students is to not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. At the beginning of this internship, I was pretty scared, not having any knowledge or experience with psych and watching American Horror Story. I only thought of the worst. So just being open to something new and different because it will pay off in the end. And I think that although internships are a way to solidify what you want to do in the future or what you want to do with your career, it's also the perfect and almost only time that you can explore and find something different. So maybe doing something that you wouldn't usually do is kind of like the perfect time to do it is during your internship, because you have that short period, well, 16 weeks felt a little long, but a shorter period of time to actually explore and see if you like it and what you don't like. I realized that I do really love psych, and I'm not surprised after what Penny told me that all of her interns started working there. I knew that something had to be good about it, and that is my advice, is to step out of your comfort zone and accept an internship that you normally wouldn't, because I did, and it turned out great. So following my internship, I'm actually going to start working as PRN, or it's as needed is what it stands for, at Valley, while I study for my exam for certification, and then I will look into some more full-time options. But I'm really excited. I've really grown to love the environment and the people, and the population is just so diverse that you're really able to be creative and have your own way with things, which I think is the best part about it. That's it. Thank you. Good luck.